international development. Worldwide were sent on forced leave on Friday. At the same time, many employees approached the federal courts to withdraw his decision. The decision to send employees on forced leave is linked to the Trump administration plans to abolish the 60-year-old ad agency. A judge heard the lawsuit from federal employees unions who argued that President Donald Trump does not have the authority to close the agency enshrined in congressional law. Trump said on USAID's social media shut it down. PM Modi's visit to France. Joining Prime Minister Narendra Modi's upcoming 3-day visit to France, important announcement will be made related to the defense sector, small modular reactors and aircraft maintenance, repair and overhaul. Along with this, there is a plan to adopt the France-Indian roadmap on artificial intelligence. According to sources, the deal of 26 Rafale fighter aircraft for the Indian Navy can also be announced during this visit. Prime Minister Modi will reach Paris on the evening of 10 February. There he will co-chair the AI Action Summit with French President Emmanuel Macron and participate in talks. Fear of deportation from America under Trump administration. It has been a dream for Indian students to go to America and study here, but these days this dream has turned into a nightmare. In fact, Donald Trump has taken a tough stand on immigration policy after taking power in America. Due to this, illegal immigrants are being deported from America in handcuffs. As a result of this, Indian students living in America are now avoiding doing part-time jobs, and Dutch who are already doing part-time jobs are either leaving their jobs or living in the shadow of fear. According to an analysis of US State Department data, 64,008 Indian students were given visas from January to September 2024, while 1,03,495 visas were issued during the same period in 2023. In this way, there was a 38% decline in visas issued to Indian students in 2024 as compared to 2023. These 10 countries have the highest employment. Every year, millions of people from India go abroad for jobs. Indian students also try to foreign countries to study. The main motive behind working abroad is higher salary. Only 23.7% people are working in the African country Djibouti. Only 27% people have jobs in this war-torn country in the Middle East. Somalia, located in Africa, is also far behind in terms of jobs. Only 27.6% people leave jobs here. Only 31.3% of the population has jobs in Afghanistan. Only 31.9% people are working in Jordan. The employment situation is also had in Syria, which has suffered a long civil war. Only 33.4% of the population here has jobs. Unemployment is also a big problem in Palestine. Only 34% people work here in Iraq, another country in the Middle East. People are also facing the problem of unemployment here. Only 35% of the population has a job. Iraq economy is very weak. India's neighboring country Nepal is also facing the problem of unemployment. Here only 36% of the people have jobs. So what is the economic condition of the country? The African country Mediterranean is also facing several unemployment. Here only 36.8% of the people have jobs. 25-year-old employee of Elon Musk resigned for the reason. An unemployed of tech billionaire Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency has resigned after questions were raised over his history of racist posts on social media. 25-year-old program Marco Ellis has hired to work with the U.S. Treasury's payment system. According to the Wall Street Journal, Ellis had posted a statement on X supporting agencies and expressing hostility towards Indian immigrants. A city in India where you don't have to pay for food or even for living, where there is no government, no religion, and you don't have to pay for food and living. That city is known as Aurovilla. Let us tell you, the city is located in Villupuram district, Tamil Nadu, just 150 km from Chennai. This city is also called Son of Town. Actually, the reason for setting this city was that people could live here equally without any discrimination. According to the information, the city of Aurovilla was settled in the year 1968 by Mira Alfajar. Mira Alfajar came to Pondicherry in 1940 to join Sri Aurobindo's spiritual retreat. She had gone back to Japan during the First World War, but after returning again in the year 1920, she joined Sri Aurobindo Spiritual Institute in 1924 and started serving the people. The city of Aurovilla is called the Universal City, meaning anyone can come and settle here. According to the information, people from about 50 countries also live here, and there is a population of about 24,000 people here. There will be only one condition to live here: you have to live here as a servant. Opposition rising question on Telangana caste survey. The recent caste survey conducted by the Telangana Congress government is being accused of inaccuracy, unscientific methodology and political manipulation by the opposition parties, who have also raised concern about confidentially that Telangana social caste economic employment and political survey, also known as the caste survey, was aimed at comprehensive detailing the social, economic, education, employment, political and caste status of 3.54 crore people. MP emerging as a textile and apparel hub. Madhya Pradesh is rapidly emerging as a vibrant hub for the textile and apparel industry due to its strategic location, rich agriculture base, strong infrastructure and investor-friendly policies. According to official data, Madhya Pradesh is India's sixth largest cotton producer, producing about 80.01 lakh bales in 2023 to 2024. 43% of India's organic cotton and 24% of global organic cotton production is from Madhya Pradesh. Cotton is the raw material for the textile industry, and the state's cotton production is a significant edge for textile manufacturing units. The state government has set up various textile parks to promote two sectors. According to a state government document on regional policy, mega textile parks at Bayora and Nimuj in the Malwa region will provide infrastructure and incentives to attract investors in the textile sector. Central Education Ministry notice to Bihar. The Union Education Ministry has handed over a list of such schools to the Bihar government and directed to take strict action against them. There have been reports of misuse of government schemes and illegal fee collection from poor children by the school. There is a clear provision in the Right to Education Act 2009 that private schools have to give information about their seats and other necessary reports to the government on time. The recognition of about 5,000 private schools located in 38 districts of Bihar can be cancelled because these schools have not followed the standards set by the Right to Education Act. The schools have not submitted the necessary reports to the government headquarters. Companies will come every year for all the government ITI students of Bihar. More than 20 companies will come twice every year to provide jobs to all the ITI students of Bihar. For this, on the instruction of the Labor Resource Department, a placement cell has been formed in all ITIs, which will consult all the students from time to time and according to the trade where they should try and move forward for jobs. Complete information about this will be given through the placement cell. Earlier, a placement camp used to be organized in one ITI, but now there will be regular placement in all ITIs. After the review meeting of the Labor Resource Minister, the official have started correspondence with other states so that the students can get better placement in the first phase. The department has started correspondence with Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Punjab, Kolkata and MP. After this, correspondence will be done with the rest of the states in the second phase so that the students can get better jobs. Bihar will get another Vande Bharat train. A plan has been made to run Vande Bharat Express train between Bhagalpur and Patna. This train is being made especially for the convenience of devotees and passengers so that they can travel easily. On February 24, Prime Minister Narendra Modi can give this gift to the city residents. The preparation going on the pit line are being finalized. The test will be done on Tuesday. However, right now the officials are refraining from saying anything on this. While treasure can be found in Bihar, ONGC's exploration is going on in Buxar and Samastipur district, and positive signs have also been found in Siwan and Purnia. If this search is successfully, then the economic picture of Bihar can change. The possibility of getting crude oil and natural gas in Bihar have become strong, especially in the areas of Ganga Basin, including Buxar and Samastipur district. There is a strong possibility of this.